one thing I'm really encouraged by is that this definition that we've held for so long in society of what makes a man, what makes a successful man, what makes a successful person, you know, it's not so rigid anymore. And as we come, I think, to understand, I mean, we still have a lot of work to do societally in that regard, you know, but as we come to understand the different things that we as human beings struggle with, you know, I think this kind of conversation is helpful, this sense of ownership in the moment, you know, because to your point, you know, there's so much of this is how I beat this and you can do it too in this guru space that I can't stand. You know, it's like, oh, I look at what I overcame. Look at how great I am now. Like, the fact of the matter is, even if you've overcome something, there's going to be something else to overcome. Yeah. And the things you've overcome in the past will hopefully inform you, give you the blueprint for how to overcome the things that will arise.
And not to cut you off, but I did cut you off, literally.
Just like the drivers in Nashville. Hey now.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, I had to. I'm taking it off the rails. The tables have turned.
That's true. That train over there doesn't have anywhere to go because you just derailed everything. No, you know, I was. Oh, no. I was, you know what I was thinking as I like just talked about all this shit and then like you know, added your own stuff. I was thinking to myself while you were talking, I'm like, I know we said last night that we're going to like try to find a way to weave some comedy or some funny ha-has in there. And we got there.
We got there. We'll continue to get there.
We got there. Yeah. We got, but, no, I don't even remember what the hell I was trying to say. Yes. I don't remember what I was trying to say. You were talking about how
society's perceptions are changing.
Yes, and how you know it's tough for men to talk about mental health, and
especially for men. I think there's this stigma, you know, of like, you know, quote unquote weakness if you're open about this kind of thing. I've been told myself like, oh, don't talk about going through that until after, you know, tell people how you beat it, inspire people then. No. People need to know that, like, again, it might look good out there, but like, this is a mess sometimes. Yeah. You know, like, and you know, my experience is my experience, which is different from your experience, which is, you know, we've made that point already on the show, but it's like, we all have our messes that we're dealing with. There is no perfect person. There is no person on earth with perfect mental health.
No.
And we need to break down that idea that exists, because it doesn't, and it's a harmful idea.
And I remembered what I was going to say.
Go for it.
Yeah, I used to think when I was younger, I told myself, I'm like, okay, one of these days I'll be cured. One of these days I'll be cured. Almost like it's a switch that gets flipped.
Right.
And for me, it's not. That's the other thing too. Like I've learned in therapy is like, I don't want to ever, I always want to come from things from my perspective and say like, for me, it's not a switch. Like not say it is a switch. Because it might not be, but for me, it's a switch. Yeah. Or it's not a switch that just gets flipped. It's, you know, it's dynamic. It's not a switch. It's a fader.
It's a fader.
See what I did with the mixer? There's a mixer right there, and it's got faders on it.
Look at that! All that production stuff's coming back.
Yeah, it's not. It's not 0 or 1 or binary. I'm a fucking nerd. I need, you know, it's 0 or 127, which is that's an audio thing too.
See, it's coming back.
Yeah,
see, you're getting inspired by your environment right now.
Yeah, Bloomfield College in New Jersey. I did remember some shit during the classes. So,
but to your point, it's not linear. No, you know, it's not. Nobody's journey. No journey is linear. You know, in my opinion, speaking from my experience, like. You're going to have those ups and downs, you know, you're going to have those good days and bad. Sometimes it'll be more good. Sometimes it'll, you know, it's going to rain more than the sun shines.